primary access points to the tower were destroyed in the explosion. The pipeline is damaged but still intact. There are thrust boots in the maintenance hangar. You can use them to traverse the pipeline.
Demonic presence at unsafe level. Lockdown in effect.
All right, welcome back to Doom. Somebody ordered chain stun? Yeah, this guy ordered chain stun. Episode 5 getting underway. Some super shotgun to the dome, Devatron. How about the giant skeletons with rocket launchers on their shoulders? Yeah. New monster. Those are called Revenants, and you want to stay away from them. Big time.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Completed in 2127, based off a prototype developed by Samuel Hayden's research team. The Argent Tower, also known as the Argent Inductor, is the UAC's crowning achievement. Argent Energy.
Delta V jump boots, Devatron? Oh yeah! Welcome to the double jump. This is a huge help, and we're going to really need it on this map for sure. More on that later. Let's get into our first room trial. Ammo boost. Okay, so a nice trial with the super shotgun, and you can see, in addition to hitting hard, it kind of has a double wide spray, so in certain situations you can hit more than one thing at once. As for the reward, the equipable rune, ammo boost is going to be one of the main ones that we use, but for now I don't put it in just yet. I'm sticking with the dazed and confused because I want enemies to remain staggered as long as possible. Okay, in Argent Cell, we are officially capped out on health with a nice 200. So let's get to work on this mission. You saw when I found that secret where the Argent Cell was. I got 1 of 3 for searching high and low. It just requires us to find 3 secrets. And the next one, which I start working on here, actually I completed, is called Chiropractor. And this is this is where it's starting to get really crazy to actually do these. I mean, yes, you're getting a weapon upgrade point, but this is where, like, a perfectly good run could go to waste, because, bam, you have to do that. You have to do a glory kill on an imp from behind, where it looks like you kind of twist their head by the mouth, and then, you know, kind of rip it in half. Here it is again. There we go. We have to do that 4 times. And there are other populations of imps throughout the level. We don't have to do it here in this crazy gaping pit of death below us, jump between, you know, catwalks area. But the other areas where the imps sort of populate this map, there really is a whole lot going on. And so I choose to do it here where I can, you know, just isolate them. There's nothing else happening. It's just me versus the imps, right? So, and I get it out of the way. But if you're afraid of heights or anything, or these games kind of do that to you, this is not the challenge for you, because you can see lots of dancing and jumping over, you know, deadly heights below. But once I got the hang of it, it's actually kind of fun. Alright, so there, we got it done. And just before we got it done, this other imp over here hit me and brought me to 8 health. So a good example of how doing some of these, like to be knighted in the last episode where we had to do a death from above glory kill on a hell knight. I mean, that's just so dangerous getting that close and trying to do that. So yeah, you're starting to see that doing these can be, you know, pretty wasteful. Imagine having a really good run and then you die because you are trying to get one of these challenges complete. But that won't deter us, Devatron. Okay, so some nice use of lock-on burst here. And the imps are dead. Challenge complete. The last challenge, by the way, is called Overkiller, I think. And we have to kill 15 enemies while using quad damage. Now, that's a new power-up that you haven't seen yet, but there's 2 of them on this map, I believe. And it's just like it sounds. You basically do quadruple damage. So we'll get to that shortly and get them all done. As for the other awesome thing, which we saw and then I didn't get to talk about until now, double jump. The Delta V jump boots, or Delta 5, whatever, however you want to say it. Basically, when you jump, you get another tap of the space bar in the air to boost you even further and higher. And it's super fun and super helpful. Okay, some nice in-your-face action with Super Shotgun. As for our weapon modification here, again, none of the new weapons are available, so having to take the second one for some of our existing ones. Tactical scope on heavy assault rifle, as you can see, it's not bad. It's a nice zoom and pretty good at getting headshots from range, but the last thing you want in this type of game is a zoom. If you lose any sort of, you know, vision of what is going on around you, you could be seriously screwed. So it's just not a sit and snipe kind of game. Okay, so let's stop and take it in. This is a little different filter, but some really nice atmospheric footage of the red planet surrounding the Argent Tower here. And I'm going to pan up and you can get a feel for just how big it is. Again, this is the big tower. It says in the codex entry it's actually modeled after the same technology as the Gauss cannon. Now, that's a weapon we haven't gotten yet, but it's basically a giant laser cannon. And this was designed to shoot the Argent energy all the way from Mars back to Earth, which is just pretty fantastic. So jumping down here and finding this secret area with the Elite Guard for the Praetor token gets us to 3 secrets, thus completing Searching High and Low challenge. And with the bonus point from that, we were able to buy Quick Lock for lock-on burst on the rocket launcher.
That's an Argent accumulator she's carrying. She'll try to use it to open a portal manually into hell.
While the Argent Tower is non-functional, the connection to their dimension is still viable. We are at great risk, Dr. Hayden.
So you know what this means, Big Dev. If you hadn't guessed already, we're gonna have to climb all the way up this tower.
This technology, able to convert the pure energy into clean, controllable power.
Okay, good fight. And notice there's a new monster codex entry popping up on the left called Unwilling. That was that last one we killed there, and I don't know why it was there. An Unwilling is a fully transformed possessed that gets sent back to hell to do various menial tasks for the higher demons. At any rate, you saw the quad damage power up. Everything turns kind of purple, and there's a weird sound effect when you shoot your guns and stuff. But I was able to kill 15 enemies just in that fight alone while using quad damage. So the Overkiller challenge was completed, and that means we got all 3 challenges done for this level. Now we're getting another token here from this Elite Guard, and we're going to put it into power-up effectiveness. Now, somewhere along the line, we bought the first one, Power Surge. I can't remember. It may have been off camera, or this may just be more inconsistency between save slots. The first one, Power Surge, what happens is when a power-up wears off, a big blast emanates from the Doom Marine outward. And it's actually pretty good. It does a lot of damage. It'll kill most things that get caught in it. So it's actually pretty helpful if anything's around the Doom Marine when a power-up wears off. Now the one we just bought is called Healing Power. And what that does is it heals us all the way to full health whenever we grab a power-up. So another very useful Praetor suit upgrade. Okay, our first Doom Guy collectible, and deceptively pretty tricky bit of jumping and, you know, following those weird electricity train, you know, trams, whatever they were. And wow, look at this, Devatron. This is the Argent Tower. We're here. This is a big circular room, and you know what that means. There's going to be a big-ass fight coming up. Here we go.
Demonic presence at unsafe level. Lockdown intense. Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Wow. I mean, wow. Big fight. Devatron, right? I mean, holy shit. Where do we begin? A new monster, a Mancubus. Kind of like Incubus, but with M-A-N. Mancubus, the big fat, the cutscene at the beginning of the fight, throwing fire at you. Those are nasty and big. We had Hell Knights. We had the other new enemy, the Revenant, the big skeleton with the rocket launchers. Of course, Hellraisers, Imps, all the good stuff. Yeah, very tough, very challenging fight. When you nail it, it's a lot of fun. But all the other times where you wipe, no fun.
energy signature indicates that it is nearing the top of this Argent facility.
If she ruptures that accumulator near the Argent beam, she could open a portal to their world that we will never be able to close.
Okay, I have to jump around and hunt for the second Doom Guy collectible for a minute. So while I have the time, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Olivia Pierce and what we know from the Codex entries thus far. Evidently, she was a brilliant scientist recruited by Samuel Hayden to come work on Mars. Initially, she declined. She wasn't into energy science and whatnot. She was more into genetics, bioengineering, stuff like this. Well, what happened is Samuel Hayden recovered a certain demonic artifact from the fracture, which is the part of Mars where the hell energy is kind of coming through, around which all this Argent energy and whatnot was developed. So anyway, he sent her this artifact, and she immediately became just obsessed with it. And that's her first sign that she was, I don't know, maybe open to some kind of demonic persuasion, possession, whatnot. Kind of shocked the world because she just dropped everything and came to Mars after the artifact came into the picture. Once she got here, she came down with a weird medical condition, some kind of acute scoliosis, and she wasn't going to be able to walk around anymore. She was going to be in a wheelchair. Well, instead, she opted for a titanium exoskeleton, which is the weird kind of body armor that she walks around in. It enables her to walk, but the problem is it submits her to excruciating pain. And then even worse, she refuses like pain management medication and whatnot. So that's our second clue that she's a little off, and she might be a little bit too much into the masochism and the pain and the suffering and stuff like this. So just a rough sketch from what we know so far, but enough to kind of confirm that she's, you know, not playing with a full deck Devatron.
eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
Wow. I mean, we thought the first big fight in a circle was, intense. How about running out of ammo and no gasoline in the chainsaw? I mean, just terrible. I was down to my pistol, Devitron. Yeah, that was okay, I'm going to be lying if I say, yeah, that was a blast. I mean, it's more of a blast to look back at it, I think, is what it is. But in a way, kind of glad I caught it on tape because it was just so, by the skin of our teeth kind of victory. But yeah, everything kind of coming at us there. Running out of ammo, not what we want.
The road to hell is paved by Argent Energy.
And boy, oh boy, this couldn't be better timing. Because I've already capped out health, I'm going with ammo. And just like when you would choose health and it would immediately boost your health to full after you chose it, when you choose ammo from an Argent cell upgrade, it immediately caps all your ammo out. So that was super awesome timing right there. So I can officially traverse the rest of the way up this beast tower with full ammunition. So we're going to get some nice visuals here of this Argent tower going up and down. We got to do a little bit of jumping and floating and whatnot. We've got both Doom Guy collectibles, but what we're missing at this point is the classic Doom map, right? So we need the secret lever, and it's right there. Yeah, imagine trying to find that without the internet. So we pull it, it opens a door. Now we gotta find the door. Nothing's easy. So we hop back on the little drone, and that'll take us back down. And yeah, I don't know what it is. This isn't like, oh my god, amazing graphics or anything, but it's just, I like this tower. I think it's very well done. And when you have these moments of, okay, I'm waiting for the drone to move out of the way, I'm looking for the lever, it's nice to sit back and appreciate the artwork. And okay, here's the classic map. A very hidden one this time. Tough to find the lever, tough to find the room. This one's called Halls of the Dam. And again, I remember it. I remember being in this room. Do you? I don't know how they're just like nailing this every time. You walk in, you're like, yes, I've been here before. Even though you don't remember what you were doing in the room or the story or anything. But yeah, there you have it. And then, bam, you're back out in this. How about that never getting old? Just that incredible contrast from super pixels and, limited color palette to just insane resolutions with millions of colors and smoke effects and all the rest. That just never gets old. And I'm really glad they did it. It's, I don't know that we should say every game should do that, right? Because then it would just get hokey or whatever. But it's a nice way to pay homage to a great legacy like Doom, really honor its origins and let you see firsthand just how far it's come. And oh boy, did I rush that. That was almost a wipe right there. Should have waited, you know, a little bit for the next time the train came around, and then I could run out on the extension and make it. But I was like, no, I got this. And then that little bit caught me. It was pretty scary for a second there. Alright, more nice stuff from Lock-On Burst, and you're seeing just how important the rocket launcher is. I mean, you could get through those imps, you know, with other guns, but having the Lock-On Burst there just really makes this stretch a breeze, you know? And it's not the kind of area you want to do a lot of jumping and dodging and stuff, you know, because then you're on the ledge and then you just misjudge one step and you're dead because you fall down. Okay, coming up right down this shaft, that's technically a power-up called Mega Health. I have to kind of drop back and then jump back up there. If you fall down the shaft, it's no big deal, but this just saves time. So yeah, Mega Health is technically a power-up, but it doesn't get the benefits of the Praetor suit power-up upgrades. It just gives you 200 health, 200 armor. So it's an awesome thing to find. They're very rare, but that's all that is.
You cannot stop me from claiming what I am owed! What I was promised!
Okay, what I was owed, what I was promised, now we're definitely starting to sound like some demonic influence here. And cool secret, huh? And even cooler, what is this, Devatron? The Gauss Cannon. Big time. Yeah, this is awesome. Pretty scary fall, and you have to double jump on your way down so you don't hurt yourself down that elevator shaft, but totally worth it. I mean, you can get the Gauss Cannon on the next map, but it's nice to just have it. I'm walking around with it because it's so damn boss. And we're not done with this level, Dev. Remember, there are 2 rune trials. Let's get in and see what this one's all about. Okay, another fun trial. Equipment power is not a rune that we'll ever use, but it's just fun to do the trials, get the perfect scorecard, that kind of thing. Now we do have 7 weapon upgrade points, 6 of which I will spend on faster recovery for lock-on burst. So the amount of time in between being able to lock on a target is reduced. And that is the final upgrade for lock-on burst on the rocket launcher, so it unlocked the mastery challenge. And what we need to do for that is kill 5 summoners using lock-on burst. It has to be the killing blow using lock-on burst on a summoner, and a summoner only. So you can see some of these get pretty, I don't know, obtuse, pretty demanding, and very distracting. You know, a lot of times you could get through a fight with other means much more efficiently, much more safely. But that said, some of these final mastery upgrades are really kick-ass. I mean, I think it's one of the best parts of this game design is, you know, you actually have to do something. You have to play and use your abilities in order to get better at them, you know? You're not just, oh, leveled up and I have a point, so I'm putting it in here. You know what I mean?
Welcome to the UAC, opening the gates of hell with the key to the future.
All right, Olivia Pierce. It's showdown.
This is not the end! It's only the beginning!
Category 3-dimensional event in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Category 4-dimensional event in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We have no idea what just happened to the Doom Marine, but we do know we have a perfect scorecard. Argent Tower complete. We will see you in the next episode of Doom.